Hello everyone, my name is Timothy Lee Grant, and today I am going to be continuing the project that I've been developing for a couple days now. So the overall project is trying to do a project that reinforces and demonstrates a lot of those important skills within software engineering, in particular back-end software engineering. Now, what we're doing right now though is just focusing on one little microservice, okay? Now, the microservice that we are trying to focus on and develop is we have a server, okay? And this server can take API endpoints, so it can receive API endpoints. And then what I want to do is connect it to a database. That's all. That's all right now, okay? So let's start and look at where we were last time. So we do have the server, okay? And we have these like API endpoints, okay? And then we also have, in the last video, we were looking through like, okay, well, how does a lot of this actually work? How does this like document collection supplies of this supply class, like how is this even working? And how are we doing a repository which is allows us to send those find all requests or all of those CRUD operations. So if we go here, so it extends from this Mongo repository. We looked into like, okay, well, what's going on here? What is an interface and how does it inherit from this? Initially, I thought it was a class, but actually it is an interface. An interface inherits from another interface. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I see. And it allows me to get certain definitions or methods. Okay, well, now what I'm going to try to do is, now that I understand kind of what's going on with the code that's written here, I'm going to try to actually connect to the database. Okay, so let's do that. And I will see how do I want to do this. I want to actually start the database, right? So let's actually, let me go here and ask it like, okay, well, let's figure out how to actually start the database. So I want to start the database again. How do I do so? Okay, I think it's like homebrew start MongoDB or something like this. Yeah, brew services start MongoDB community. Okay. This one. Come on. Exited with an error. Okay. I think this one will work. Mongo sh. So I did not connect. Okay. I need to start that Mongo daemon. Okay. I did it in the last video and it started. I actually might even be able to look at the commands which I did. Although I think it was already started. I can't remember what was up there. So I'm just gonna do this. Give it, see what it says. I thought this is what I did. Mongo D. I thought I already did that. Let's try it again. Yeah, it doesn't work. And I'm in the right location, right? Producer resource. It should be fine. Let me actually come up here and see if I can find anything. No, that's not going to be helpful. Brew services cleanup. Let's see if that does anything. Okay. Brew services start MongoDB sudo. Got it. So now it should actually be running. I can go in here and check in here. Okay, so show DBS. Okay. Now, what was I was going to be using the supply DB. So how do I change databases? Was it use supply DB? Yeah. Show collections. My collections. Can I see the actual documents? How do I look at the documents inside of my collections? Okay. So I do this, use the database. So I switch into the actual database, okay? I can do show collections, and then to view all documents, I do database.collectionname.find. Okay, so I just use those same commands. So db.mycollection.find, like this. Yes! I don't know if that was a little bit of an overreaction, but I just okay. Anyways, so yeah, eggs and amount 1. So I added that in the last video, so it's still there. That proves persistence. There we go. The data persists over the computer being shut off and me logging off of the database, closing the database, killing that process, and it persisted overnight, etc. Anyways, proves data persistence. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to add some data to this supply DB from my Java. Okay, let's see if we can do it. Let's see. So exit. And now I want to do Spring Boot. No, I need to do Maven. Okay. W Spring Boot run. Okay, so now we're gonna run it. Darn. Okay, what's up? By the way, a funny story about the phrase "what's up." So the first time I have a lot of friends who are, right, Chinese living in the United States, okay? And I would talk with them and there would be no problem, okay? And the reason is because they kind of understood American culture, and when I would do something which is American, they would understand it because they speak English. They're um, at that time they were students at a university, and we were both at university. All of us were at university. Anyways, I then ended up going to uh, in China. Okay. And one of the first things that happened to me there was one of Susie's friends came up to me and said something like, I don't know, I forget what exactly they said, but I said, uh, hey, what's up? Right? Oh, so it must have been me saying it first, right? So he came up to me and I'm like, hey, what's up? Okay. He said, ah. And then I responded back. I just said it again, like, what's up? And he said, and then he turned to Susie and said, 他为什么对我说我操? Which means like, so what's up sounds very similar to 我操, which means like, fuck you kind of thing. Okay. So turned to Susie and said like, why did he say, or wait, why did he just randomly say fuck you to me? And so he was a little bit confused, and then I just explained in Chinese because he could, right? This was my first time ever being in a situation where the people did not also understand English. That's what I was meaning. Like when my friends were there in America, like yeah, they're Chinese, but they have the American context. This was the first time it was outside and they had no American context, no English. And so when they heard the phrase like what's up, normally it would be, oh, okay, well they understand that cuz they speak English and they know Americans always say what's up, what's up, what's up. But this time, nope. This guy, 你为什么对我说我操? Anyways, that was way off topic. Let's get back to this. So, no plugin found or prefix Spring Boot. SPRI. Okay. SPRING boot. Okay. So now I want to send API requests. And dun, 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 I got Postman. Okay, so we're going to send a Postman request. I've never used Postman before, but I know that it can be used for this situation. So let's do it. First I need to figure out what request I need to send, right? So I need to go look at my controllers and see the post. So get mapping, post mapping. So I need to send a post request to this URL. Okay, so let's do that. I want to send a post to this URL. Okay, and what is the port 8080 and localhost? Okay. $80.80. Okay. Actually, let me try a get and just see. Let's just do a get first. Okay. And so it should do this. And see if we can find, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, we'll figure this out later. I'm just gonna try to use curl. Never mind. How can I use curl to send a command? I'll figure out the Postman stuff later. I see that it's loaded here, but it's just like I was expecting a GUI, and there's no GUI. So I'm like, what's up? What's up? What's up? No, in this case, I can't say, what's up? What's up? Okay. Send a GET request. So, on my terminal here, okay, I can do curl http local host 8080, and then the API. I just want to verify that this is the correct location. API supplies. Okay. Okay, so I got that, which is nothing, which is not encouraging. But I did get something. Or like I got a response. It's just not the response I was hoping for. uh So why not though? This repository get mapping find all. So I'm doing a find all on the supplies. But there is a supply in there, right? Like supposedly I'm adding to that database. So here's this that I pass in the supplies. Okay. My model. Did this like not connect or something? I don't know. Okay. What is this test right there? Like what, why is it saying that? MongoDB database, okay. Get database test. Why test? Shouldn't it be whatever supply something? Supply DB? Like that? I don't know. Okay. And then just do the same thing. Okay. Now, no, not there. From the terminal to see if I do the exact same command, I get the same thing. Okay. Let's see if this gives us any information. Okay, let's just do this and see, like, can I put anything in? Okay. Now I'm gonna run this command again. What? Well, I got something. See, there's something now in here. So I must be connecting to something, right? But it doesn't seem like it's putting in the right fields. So in this one, what was I putting in? Name, quantity, okay. Which should be fine, I think. Okay. Make sure your class looks something like this. Saved object properly. My controller looks like this. This one should be fine, yeah, that's whatever. Do I have that little string at the end though? Let's I don't know. Yeah, I do. Okay. So controller. Do I have that dot save? Supply controller. And then save supply, yeah. Just gonna go like this. And paste this one in here, okay? And then it also told me that I need to look at my supply object, okay? I don't think do I have constructors? I don't think I did that. Yeah, just have this. Maybe that's the problem? I think that actually might be the problem. Regardless of if this is what it tells me to do, I'm gonna fix that problem anyways. But I just want to give it more context. So what was I doing this one? I'm just gonna copy and paste that. Okay. Did I even have constructors? I don't even have a constructor in here. So copy you. Paste you in there. Okay. It's unhappy. But I'm not see. Here's why it's unhappy. What did I just do then? Control Z. So now it's happy. Okay. And now it's unhappy because of this. So I must have. Okay. I need to close this one. Okay. Let's see what it said because I put more context in it. Okay. Update my supply class to include full getters and setters. Okay, so that's, I was kind of on the right path there. Okay, so supply is here, all of this, return ID. So I have an ID, name, and quantity, which match ID, name, and quantity up here. So I'm wondering, should I just copy and paste this one? Because this one looks a little bit different than these right here. So what is the difference? Let me investigate that. Public string get name. Okay. Get name returns name. Get name. Return name, not this name. No. Get name just returns name. So that's the same. Okay. These are just more condensed. This dot name. Okay, so that they look a little bit different, but they're just condensed. Okay, so it should be okay. Let me exit out of this. There we go. And rerun it. Okay. Now I'm going to come here and do the same thing. So I'm going to come here and do this get request. Okay. Name is null, quantity. Let me add that, okay? And then look, we got something here. And now let me do this one again. Yes. Okay. So we successfully connected to the database. Awesome. So I said that that was the goal for this video and for today, and we kind of got it. So I'm actually just going to leave the video off here, and tomorrow we're going to continue with the project. So I don't know where, I need to think about what the next step is. I obviously we just like proved out functionality right now. We need to still work probably on this microservice a little bit more, but I feel like soon we're going to be able to start moving to the other microservice. Awesome. I'm pretty happy I was able to get it connected, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to continue, feel free to subscribe. That would be awesome, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the day. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and I will see you guys tomorrow.